right. Gotta zoom out here. Got my new Christmas present. It's not super visible, I guess. I gotta zoom my camera out. Alright, I have to do a couple things. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's do auto exposure. Yeah, I guess streamers often have their cameras zoomed out a lot more. I tend to be a bit more zoomed in just so I'm not wasting, real estate. But yeah, if we want the Factorio shirt, I gotta like way back. I have the camera, somewhere else. I don't even know. I don't know how to do this. I guess it's fine. Alright, so we are going to be pYanodon'sing today, as one does. My bot still has not posted the stream announcement, and I've been streaming for 7 minutes. What are you doing, IFTTT? Interesting. It normally catches it in the first few minutes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright, so that's good. People will be arriving shortly who care about the pings. Alright, so where did I leave off? Yes, fixing the boilers. And trees are always in the way. What's up, Dave? Welcome, welcome. Alright, I'm also gonna need more stone. So let's get that going. Yeah, right there's good. Oh, I can't wait for splitters. What's up, Mark? And Marky Mark? I don't know if you're the same Mark, but there's two Marks. This. And that. Alright, so that's good. Nice, jumped over. Alright. Need to get my bearings here. We're doing glass, we need aluminum, and once we have those two things, we can work on forestry. I also would like to pave the world, which involves stone bricks. I might have enough of at this point. I don't know if we're spending too many or not. We are back in the Zen garden, just relaxing. Oh yeah, 10,000, 10,000, 7,000. Another 14,000. That's a lot of stone bricks. That might be enough to cover the whole base at this point. The problem is it's not that much of a boost, but you know, it's probably worth it. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. We're just gonna start down here. And we're gonna go for paving in a big square. I should probably go as big as I can. Save time. The earlier you start, the more it's worth it. Yeah, that is true. True fact. Alright, I'm gonna maybe not have a perfect rectangle. Because sometimes it feels like that's a waste. Stupid trees are all in the way of my straight lines. I wonder if we're gonna have enough bricks for everything. Guess we will find out. Ugh, I need belt immunity equipment yesterday. Indeed. Oops. Also, there's random tree. Alright, and then this guy. Put that there so we know where to click. Alright, look at us go. Next time I do this, hopefully I'll have a couple reach upgrades. The reach upgrades make a huge difference for doing this because obviously it increases your radius by 1 tile, and that's actually a very, very good percentage boost to how much you actually can cover. Though I guess since you're walking in a straight line, it's really only increasing the width of the tiles you can apply by 2 each time. But that's still a pretty big boost. You know, the fun part about glass is once we have glass, we're going to be able to make lamps. Is paving the world cars at home? Something like that. Something like that. %50 walk speed is nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure. Alright, I'll probably start recording soon. Get this out of the way. Oh, we ran out. It's okay, we still have a lot more. How many did we just place? Buildings. Oh, it doesn't count it as a building. That's sad. So you can't really tell? I don't think it counts it as stone brick consumption either. Well, I mean, it was this much, which is... How wide are these? 13? No, these are 12 wide. 4, 4, 4. So 24,000... About 36,000 stone brick that we just laid down. And it was not enough. Wow. I think I underestimated how big the base already is. I like that you can walk through the flora collectors now. used to not be able to. Alright. Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We've got our Christmas present going strong, and we are excited to get back to Pi. So I've been just paving the world for a couple minutes here with our large stone brick supply. We had like over 50,000, I think, in all the chests. So I'm just getting everything paved kind of around our base, and that way we'll have a good starting point. And we'll try to... Oh, we ran actually out. Are you serious? Wow. I thought for sure we had more than enough. That's crazy. Well, the good news is we are making a lot of stone brick, so that'll build up pretty fast. We're making... we needed a couple more stone miners, so I added another bit of those. So we're making 200 a minute. So that's 3-4 seconds. That's pretty good. But yeah, wow. I didn't think we'd run out. Excuse me. Yeah, so there you go. We're out of stone brick, but we'll need to finish that in a minute. Oop. That's our pave the world option. There's also a codex here. I forgot to mention this before. It talks about basically what the options are for turds. That's kind of the main use of this. It explains some of the other mechanics as well, like caravans. Caravans are a little complicated. We'll see how much we use those. But yeah, things like Digosauruses, which need to be fed to get Nexalit. And you can gather more ores in the same trip if you feed them better things, and so there's all sorts of stuff. Anyway, we are going to work on, well, which one's easier, glass or aluminum? Probably aluminum first. Let me get some fluid mining drills here. Aluminum first because we can just straight smelt it, and that makes that a lot easier. Oh no, but we need coal gas. Oh no. The coal gas trauma begins. I've forgotten all about that. Coal gas for aluminum is kind of a pain in the butt. We do have some built-up research. We need more logs. And let's research... seaweed? Turd technology? You can already get this? Wow. Huh. So the turd upgrades, I forget what it stands for, but basically this is a new mechanic for Pi, or not new for Pi, but new to Factorio, where you kind of get a choice of one upgrade out of 3, and they have pretty significant effects. And so you can, for example, allow, I think this gives you more fiber from logs. That's not entirely clear. It's explained in this thing. So if we go to turd and we search forestry, we can expand this and see what the actual effects are. So like, this gives you a fiber recipe from wood that is different than the normal recipe, which is probably listed here somewhere. I think that's the normal recipe, is 10 wood makes 2 fiber. But instead, if we take that turd upgrade, 10 wood would make 8 fiber and 6 biomass and 1 to 2 regular fiber, which I think regular fiber can be processed into raw? No, I think it's the other way around. But you use fiber for some stuff too. And so, you know, obviously that's a huge difference. But then there's also this one, which allows you to get... Oh, sorry, it had the original right here. I'm a dummy. We could have just looked at those two. Okay, it was already showing me that. This one gives me twice as much wood. Wow. So that's kind of a no-brainer. was just like a generic upgrade. And then there's this one, which changes... the fastwood forestry. It now includes a stone furnace as part of the cost. And what is this real speed thing again? I forget how that works. I think what it means... also productivity plus 50%? That's huge. I think what it means is when all the modules are in the building, it ends up going 50% faster. I think that's what real speed is. Because the way that the speeds work in these buildings are really weird. Like the crafting speed is pretty low, but the tree modules that you put in them speed it up to usually something around 1.0, but not always. And so adding 50% speed wouldn't necessarily add 50% speed because the tree modules are adding speed. So real speed, like this says speed plus 50%, but when we add all the trees, it's actually going to add less than that. Gildarth, you're saying real speed is the final speed effect with the same level of modules. But I guess what I'm now confused about is what about like a tier 2 fastwood forestry? The tree modules are going to add more speed, which would make this have a lower real speed effect. Because 550 wouldn't total out to 50% more, right? Because if we were to have tree Mark II, it's twice as much of a speed boost. So I am a little confused about that. Does the module have a different effect in each building? The real speed module boost thing? I'm not totally sure, because if it's plus 550, that's not going to have the same effect on each tier of fastwood forestry. I'm not totally sure how that works. Permanent upgrades are a great idea for Factorio, but you think Pi is a bad overhaul mod for this feature? Vatamouse, yes and no. You can always reset them with a console command if you get really desperate. So there's always that, which is, in my opinion, that's fine. If you feel like you made a bad choice, you can just reset it. And there's also an included reset button for 1 or 2 times or something as well, if there's one you really want to change. I like it because if they allowed free resets constantly, I actually don't think that would be good either, because then the player would feel like, oh, I can use this for now because it's just strictly stronger, and then later in the game I can switch it to a different one that's now better. And I think it's better because it actually leaves the player not having to worry about that. You just pick the one you're going to use, you build your base around that new formatted thing for the rest of the playthrough, and you just move on with your life. What I've heard is the game is balanced without any of them even being turned on, and so there's no wrong choices. There might be less good choices, if that makes sense, but there's no wrong choices. I mean, there might be a couple, because some of them have downsides, so you could screw yourself over a little bit if you weren't prepared, but usually I feel like they're unlocked at a place where you understand enough about what you might want. I mean, obviously it's impossible to know for sure, but I don't know. I actually think it's kind of cool that your different choices will have different heydays in the sun. You know, it's like some of the choices are going to be better like right when you get them. Some of the choices will be better later in the game. And I think it's okay that you don't know exactly which ones are better right now for every context. I'm going to research a movement speed and a reach and a crafting speed. We're just going to get those going. Well, but that's going to use up a lot of wood. Maybe I shouldn't do that yet until we have wood. Okay, sorry. Anyway, that was a big tangent about the turd, but now you guys know a bit about turds. Congratulations. Now we're gonna work on aluminum. So these fluid mining drills go on the aluminum ore patch. That's, you know, simple stuff, just like any other ore in Factorio. But, and I'm gonna configure them a little bit weird just to try to get all the ore out of this patch. That is not gonna be full coverage. I actually need something like this. And that. This'll work. And then the fluids. I need more underground belts. So yeah, we'll need to feed coal gas into these is the problem. Because it's what, 10 per mining operation. So that's a thing, and we're gonna need a lot of coal gas. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to, I don't even know. We're gonna have to figure out how to, like, we're just gonna let that fill up now that we have more iron. I need more iron. Oh my. Wow, that filled up pretty fast. When did we get that much iron? The problem is my coal gas is just being deleted right now, right? And we're low on power? What happened? Something. I must have disconnected something. Something's wrong. Something is very wrong. I rebuilt this at the end of the stream, and I must have disconnected the power lines for something. Oh yeah, these are not connected. These are not connected. So I had... Did we talk about this at the end of the recording, or was it only at the end of the stream? Either way, I had done the math wrong for whatever reason. When we did the math on stream about the power. I know I had noticed the efficiency is 50%, but I must have not plugged things in completely, because it turns out that these things only make 1850 per steam engine. So you need, or per boiler. Wait, what am I saying? Oh god, I've confused myself again now. These make 7.5 a second. These guys can consume 15 a second. But then that will only actually produce 3.7 megawatts because of their 50% efficiency. Yeah, that's all correct. So you need 2 boilers per one. So I kind of designed a little idea around that. Basically, I just copied this onto the back and then connected the steam through. But the problem with this is without splitters, it's not easy to get the coal to all the sides. I could wrap it around to one side there, but for now, I've just got a main thoroughfare down the middle, and that should be enough until I get splitters. And then now that's actually reconnected. I had also said something incorrect. Someone in the YouTube comments pointed out. I said that the available power from one raw coal belt is 45 megawatts, and that's really wrong because these have an efficiency of 50%. So it's only 22.5 megawatts that I can get out of this belt. So I really don't have that much power from the, I mean, 22 megawatts from an entire belt of coal is not very much. So you can see that power goes bye-bye pretty quick. What's up, Lodro? And Glam, yes, thank you. I totally would have forgotten. I don't know. I need to be better at not screwing that kind of thing up. Guess I'll put it here. Gonna need another one, like, right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's back to being connected. That's connected. This is such a weird shape, and I had too many buildings around it. That is my official opinion. Okay, but that should at least get me aluminum out there. I should probably have it come out the other side. You know what? I would love a tool where you drag over a section of belts and it reverses all the belts. Just straight up reverse everything. I don't think that exists. Does it? Does anyone know? Does such a thing exist? It would be cool if it did. Also, Lodro, what's going on? Did I already say hi? I can never remember. I said hi in my mind, and I don't remember if that came out of my mouth or not. So coal gas needs to come all the way down. I guess I will have it here for now. This is gonna be interesting. I did say hi. Okay, awesome. Good for me. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad that I didn't remember that. Okay, there's that. And then... Did that just... Shouldn't it have put... Oh, it's too far even with that. Okay, that's why it didn't do it automatically. Fair enough. It was not its fault. It tried. Okay, and then here's coal gas. And then that's connected to that one, which is connected to that one, and that one's connected to this one, so they should all be connected. And now let me craft 2 more fluid mining drills. Oh, you're right. I forgot. We need to fuel them on top of all that. There's Keratin right here. That's tempting. Oh god, we really screwed this up. Okay, thing number 1 is I'm gonna move the stone sorting nonsense. Where is all of this going, by the way? What is happening? Oh, that goes up. Okay, I was like, the Keratin disappears. Okay, I'm gonna move all this. Gosh. Ash removal may not be necessary, because we can do a lot of operations without ash removal. And I may just say, screw it. But all of this can go 2 tiles forwards. Like that. And we'll let the bots take care of that. So that'll help a little bit. And then the Keratin going back up that way. I might have in a slightly different spot. Maybe here. Like this. Merry Christmas, Thomas. What did I eat for breakfast? That's a personal question. Never ask a man what he had for breakfast. I didn't have breakfast, is the honest truth. Alright, so that connects there. Now that's out of the way. And then we disconnected a couple things here. Someday I'll have 2 belts of Keratin and stone, maybe. Okay, this is a little better. And then let's figure out something else with the water as well, so that's out of the way. Alright, so the water needs to get over there. I don't think I can go across that whole thing, so probably the easiest is to go under. So we'll just go under the aluminum patch here. This is the kind of thing that I'm proud of myself for doing, because normally I would just spaghetti harder. You know, run into a wall, spaghetti a little harder, and you can make it through anything. But we're actually applying helpful principles so that things will be cleaner. Go team. Alright, so the water's connected there. Connects around to here. You suggest a breakfast break? I just started. I'm good. Also, it's like 1 p.m. for me. So it would be a lunch break at this point. Alright, there we go. Now we got some clearance. We got some free space. I could even squiggle this up and down if I really wanted more free space. That might be maybe not a good idea. I don't know. But do that. This guy, boom. Alright, now we got some space. So, aluminum mining. How did I do this before? It was basically like I would collect. Oh, I had squiggles. I remember it now. Oh yeah, it was a little bit of a mess. Because that way these could go back to back with a spacing of 2, and I would like, you know, do something like this so I could get rid of the ash from both. Yeah, something like that. But then how did I feed? I guess I did this, and I would feed the fuel on the ash line, so the ash would be on one side, and the fuel would be on the other, but that doesn't work because this is going to put the ash on both sides. So that wasn't it. When do I get the near inserter thing? I mean, I'll get there eventually. Maybe I should start working towards that, to be honest. Concrete, seaweed, tar processing, petri dish, acetylene, all sorts of researches. But yeah, for now, that's not going to work, actually. Maybe I spaced, I don't remember perfectly, but maybe I spaced this out by 2. And then we've got the main line, and then we could have a fuel line. And then those go direct. The fuel line can have a gap like that. We can feed from the fuel line right there, and then we can feed from the fuel line right here, and then could maybe put ash back on fuel line. I don't know. No, I'll do the squiggle. If I just used wood, this would work, but these consume a lot, so I would need to make a lot of wood for that to work. So I'll just do this, and then we've got our ash inserter. You know, I think I did do it where the ash ended up on the same side of the belt somehow. I think I did like something like that, and then that, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway, okay, so Keragen would be a great way to fuel these, so I don't have to bring down a billion raw coal as well. And Keragen has a higher value. And right now, I'm not using Keragen for anything. So we should, unless we max out our stone brick stockpile, we're not going to run out of Keragen. Okay, now the coal gas. The coal gas is going to be problematic because coke production is not constant right now, I don't think. So maybe I need to make coke production constant. Wow, what is happening here? We're jammed up on something? We're jammed up on coke itself. Okay. That's fine. We can start putting that in chests. Get rid of all these guys. I need logs anyway, so why don't I chop for a minute here? Chop, chop, chop. Each log is, we said, about 2 science, I think. That adds up. Hey now, drop you. Alright. Just about there. Just a couple more. It feels easier to chop wood when it's on top of concrete. It looks so much uglier. Feels more natural to get rid of it. Okay. Connect this. Now, when do we get valves? That's the other real question. Because... Okay. That I very much want. And it is very worth it. And as long as I can make an engine unit... Where are those at? We already researched that. Those can be made with just aluminum. Okay, so we can do that. But we need a valve ASAP. So, valve for coal gas. Because we need to vent all extra coal gas. And I'm basically going to beeline towards the valve technology. So we also need solder, moondrops, creosote, sap, vacuum tube electronics, and then we can research valves. So I am going to need a lot more wood for all of that science. Let's get to chopping. Yeah, and then we should be able to mine some aluminum here. In fact, we already probably have, unless the coal gas is not actually connected. And can I build those radar things yet? Can't remember. Pi has some special little radar doodads. These things, local radars. Okay, they both require circuits, so it's pointless. Pointless, not gonna see them for ages. To make the valves, I may need circuits? No, we don't. We just looked at it. We only need pipe, engine, and steel. Thankfully. So, no circuits required. Okay. Oh, okay, we're almost there. We just need to connect on the top end here. Huzzah! Our first aluminium. Beautiful. Beautiful yellow rocks. Okay. So then the ash needs to go and get disposed. Over there. They used to cost circuits before 2.0. I wonder if the change, I wonder why the change. Why the change? Because there are still the pi valves in the game. They're just disabled. And they don't cost circuits either. So that means someone changed the pi valve cost. Huh. Anyway, we need ash disposal for these guys. Yeah. Little dudes, go get it. Cool. Sneezy day today. Oh, the check valve never cost circuits. So is the price discrepancy the fact that the valves mod is not made by a pYdev, or? Because now I feel like I'm cheating. But this is the officially recommended valves mod, so I don't know what else I could do other than this. This is unfortunate. Alright, eventually we're gonna need another one over here to get all that ore. Oh goodness. Alright, that's aluminum. And now we do the same thing we always do. Take over the world. Some aluminum smelting down here. And then... do I want to just use this Kerrigan again? Maybe? And then we can call it a day. Boop, 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 boop. I love the little laser sounds. Alright, toss all that in. And now we've got ash continuing to be a problem. Aluminum, not so much. Change stone brick to alum. Hey, we created our first aluminum plate. What am I doing? I want aluminum to go down. No, ash goes down. And then the ash I'm actually just gonna dump onto this belt. I don't think we'll have too much. And then aluminum here. And for now, we'll just bring that up, be near the other metals. Up here. We'll put some into chests. Ta-da! Aluminum. We did it! Now, the coal gas is gonna be an issue. In multiple ways. It's gonna clog up pretty fast, I'm guessing. Yeah, we're already 100% full. And we don't have any tanks yet. So I'm just gonna need to make a pipe tank. What they call this? Oh, I don't know who they are. They is me. This is what I call this. A pipe tank. Whoa. Look at all that storage. Oh, man. Okay, beautiful. And I might have to hit the delete button at some point. We'll see. How far are we from valves? Not that far. Just another 150 science. I probably need to put logs over in the wood making. Otherwise, we're gonna run out. Get rid of these stupid trees. Making my perfect stone brick look terrible. I need to chop some more wood. We need to chop all the wood. Oh, so much wood. Okay, maybe up here. Get rid of all this. And I still need to make glass, which, while we're sitting here, I can get 2 crystal mines going. That, okay, I need small parts. And vacuum tubes? Probably. Or vacuum tubes. Air core inductors. But yeah, we are going to need a lot of glass. Glass is a weird one. You kind of go through phases where you don't need very much at all, and then you start needing all the petri dishes, and your glass usage explodes. And the problem is the ratio is pretty bad, and the crystal mines are huge. So at least last time, I feel like my issue was just that my quartz patch couldn't supply enough quartz. This one seems pretty decently big, so that's good. And done. I'm also considering doing like a road system, you know, where I have a different type of tile. I think visually it makes for a really nice kind of distinction in the base. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but I like the idea of it. So once we can automate, you know, something like concrete or refined concrete, we might take a look at that. Okay, you get all the wood. I'll keep a tiny bit. And then, what was I about to grab? Already lost my place. I don't know. Let me get some copper and iron because I need it. And then we can already make pumps. Oh, you can handcraft engines? Apparently. Oh, small parts. That's what I needed. And ACIs. Mechanical inserters. I mean, we just need all the things. And there's the small parts. Perfect. Okay. Crystal mine requires steel. Where's my steel belt? Where did that run off to? It's over here. Perfect. Alright, we'll get 2 more crystal mines for now. And then we're going to need glassworks, which look like this. I need stone brick. That. Yeah, the pie tiles are interesting. There's a lot of them. I think one of the researches is tiles. And it's not too far in the future. We can probably find it if we just scroll. Here it is, floor tiles. So there's asphalt, limestone, and iron oxide tile. That one's kind of a bad choice because iron oxide is really hard to make on purpose right now. So this is kind of it's nice because it's a byproduct, but then it's not nice because if you want more of the iron oxide tiles, it's hard to make it happen. So most people go with this, which is the limestone tile. And that's probably what we'll do as well. But then there's also asphalt, and I might do both. I might do a combination, and then we can have the asphalt be like the roads. And maybe eventually I could go with something like the roads are wide enough that they become the train. I don't know, become the train lines, but that seems potentially difficult and stressful to figure out. This is what we're really excited for. Electric mining drills. Someday, after Pi Science Pack 1, we will have those. But for now, let's finish paving the world, because we were almost done with that. And we are done. Beautiful. Alright, so aluminum's going. Let me grab some of that. I already need more inventory space researches. I don't know if I added enough of those to the quality of life research. I guess I can always add more. By the way, I think I've mentioned this before, but in case you didn't know, Quality of Life Research has a website where you can configure what the different researches look like. So you can change the formula to be like mine is like 150 times level, and for the first one, so it's 150 of pack 1, then 300, then 450. But you can change it to be like the level squared, so it has a quadratic scaling. You can make it exponential. You can remove researches but make them stronger. You can add more researches but make them weaker. There's all sorts of configurations. So I made my own that mostly just added more levels. I think it made a couple weaker and added more levels. But the idea is that if you want my settings, you can download the save that I have uploaded to my Discord. And then you can sync mod settings. That's the easiest way to do it. So, like I said, that is in my Discord, and there's a link to my Discord in the description of this video. So that way, if you're interested in having the same settings, you can just download that, load the save, sync mod settings, and then from there you can make your own seed, map seed, or use mine, and you should be good to go. The delay is huge from YouTube chat. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube's delay is bigger. It's weird. I have it on the lowest latency possible, but it still seems like it's more than Twitch. So I don't know what's up with that, but... Alright, so here is our quartz patch, and we're gonna go with bottom left corner. You know, I was gonna say this one's gonna run out pretty fast, and then I looked over at the side of the screen. This mine still has 264,000 that it can reach. So that, no, one further back. That is just fine. Wait, no, I still did that wrong. No, I didn't. Is this some, what is going on? Is this an optical illusion? No, I'm just dumb. Okay, we're good. Alright, there we go. These guys just need electricity, I believe, thankfully. So there's quartz. And... just run it down each line. Okay. We'll bring quartz over. And where are we going to want to process glass? Maybe we can do glass up here for now. Part of the problem with glass is that we need a fluid fuel for glassworks, which for now is going to have to be coal gas and or tar. Tar is the obvious choice because I have a lot of it. So I'll start with using up all my tar. This was a pretty, what's the word? Makes people unhappy and or argue about things. Divisive? Controversial, that's the word. It was a pretty controversial change when Glassworks started requiring fluid fuel. They were 20 megawatts at first. They've been, yeah, that's too close to where I'm at right now. They've been nerfed a bit since their original design to require 20 megawatts. Or buffed. I feel like it's confusing because it's like, well, the difficulty of them got nerfed, so they've been buffed, I guess, is the best way to say it. The pain was nerfed. Anyway, I love the design of the building. I think it looks like a little like platypus or a frog with its tongue sticking out or something. Anyway, or a duck or something. So, molten glass, we get 10 from 6 quartz, and I think that only makes 1 glass, if I'm... Why does that not open in Factoriopedia properly. That one does, but this one doesn't. Interesting. Anyway, glass 50 makes 5, so yeah. Okay, so we'll turn all these like so, and then the pass-throughs are now lined up. I think they didn't used to be, so that's kind of a nice change. And we're gonna bring coal gas over. For now, we'll keep it on the concrete. What's up, Jacopo? You watched the S2 Season 2 during your pie run? Yeah, we are resuming on to Season 3. Oh, right. I didn't want coal gas. I wanted tar. Whoops. Well, we'll make that so it's easy to connect the other one. Yeah, I wanted to connect tar so we can use it up. The tailings pond is already 13% full. Connect systems with different fluids. Yeah, unfortunate. Uh-oh. What? Now that's confusing. It's claiming... Well, there we go. Force build it with a bot. It's claiming they're different fluids, but they're not. Probably because the buildings have coal gas in them to burn. Yeah. Which leads me to believe that pumps will not be able to pump a different fuel into the system until they've fully burned the fuel that they're holding. Which is unfortunate, because that reduces the effectiveness of a mixed sushi pipe system. Because that means... And the other problem is, like... Yeah, so basically these will wait... They'll burn until they're empty, and then as soon as it's empty, a pump can pump something in. The other problem is they can only draw into the building at a rate that is proportional to the fill amount of the pipe. So as the pipe system is emptying out, they might not be able to draw the fuel, coal gas, into themselves fast enough to fully power themselves, even though there's still some coal gas in the pipeline. I actually made a spreadsheet for the math of this, and I confirmed with Rygard that the fluids leave the pipe at a ratio that is the best case scenario, which means it doesn't slow down to 0.1 per tick until the pipe is only 0.1% full. So if the pipe has 100, actually 1 million is a perfect example. If the pipe had fluid tanks in the network of 1 million, it won't be until the pipe network has 1,000 units or less that the fluid flow operation that goes into the building would be 0.1 per tick, which then is 6 units per second. So if you need more than 6 units per second to fuel your building, then you're actually not going to be able to power it fully when that last 1,000 units are being emptied out. And so you have to basically minimum idea is like you want to have a smaller storage in your sushi pipe network. The fewer pipes, the better. No tanks, stuff like that. Because then it will be able to empty out a lot faster. And then the other thing you want to care about is making sure your buildings are running evenly. Because if they are running evenly, you can kind of get that minimum. I hope I'm making some amount of sense. I feel like I'm skipping a lot of words for people that aren't tracking. So I'm sorry if you're not tracking. But basically, if you have your buildings running in parallel rather than in a series in terms of how they're unloading their items, that will allow all 4 of them to be running if you have any needs. And then that will use up 24 units per second at a minimum instead of 6. So that will empty out the network faster if you run things in parallel. because it's basically each building has a minimum of 0.1 fluid per tick when the pipe is almost empty. I don't know if any of that made sense. If it didn't, don't worry about it. We'll talk more about it many times, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll get the molten glass there. Actually, I want this to be here. Make a nice straight line. Mellow Inventor, I have pledged to finish this series. No. I never did that. I have pledged to do multiple things that should make it more likely that I get further than I've ever gotten before. I think I have pledged to get further than I've ever gotten before, but I have not pledged to beat pYanodon's. All right, I don't really need power over here. I don't know why I'm bringing it to these. It's probably best if I attach it from down here. Okay, so there's that, and then once we have glass, that'll be super nice because then I can finally make lamps. I love lamp. I need one more glassworks. I have nowhere near enough to fuel those anyway. Well, actually, maybe I do. How much? Well, I'm not gonna have enough fluid fuel to fuel them. These make 1 a second each. Because the mining speed is 2, but the mining time is 200%, so that cancels out. So then we've got enough for basically 4 of these. That was actually the right number. Yeah, Mello, it's totally fine. I mean, yeah, we'll see if I beat it. I'm still hesitant to think that I will, but I will get further, and we will make sure that even if we're not feeling it, we're still gonna make sure that we do a little bit every week to keep it rolling. I think it's cleaner if I don't do it that way, and I just do the turnaround on the end. This. Hey, we got glass. Sweet. For now, it just goes into a chest, but that is it. And we're gonna use up that tar very quickly because tar's fuel value is only 200 kilojoules, which means I'm burning 50 tar a second when these things are running, which is absurd. Yeah, so that's pretty rough. I'm gonna craft one more so we can just have the 4. Oops, I didn't mean to cut it. I'm gonna copy it. And there we go. All right, there you have it. Glassworks. Those make 8 molten glass a second if we had enough quartz, which we don't, and enough fluid fuel, which we don't. And then that's only going to power half of this. So even if we had all the things, it would still only be like 0.8 glass a second. Will I be uploading this one without any cuts? Yes, Dave Cobra. It's basically going to be the same format as what I did for Space Age for now, which is I upload, well, the VODs are, when I stream, I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube Live. And YouTube Live will just automatically have the VODs forever, and you can watch those. Or if you want to follow the episodes, you can do that as well. And those will release more like on a daily schedule and kind of have a more defined start and end point. So we got glass, we finished fluid handling research. Life is good right now. Okay, so we need an overflow valve stat. I'm gonna handcraft engines, which feels weird. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll take it. Got a few more logs here, and we are kind of on our way towards having hold on, I just realized, how does it, I'm thinking about overflow valves. Because they're basically pumps now. They're basically circuited pumps. But they work the same way they always have, I think. More or less. But yeah, pump that up to 90. You can do 100. I don't know what 100 would do. Because it says disabled even though the pipe is completely full. So 100 is pointless. So 90 is the highest you can go. And then we need a gas vent. So there we go. Perfect. And then the tar we are burning right now. So that'll happen soon. That tank will not get emptied without a pump. What tank? Oh, the tar doesn't... no, it does. It flows back out. I don't totally know how that works, because it does say you may need a pump to take out the fluids, but it's currently emptying. It had 130,000, now it has 100,000. So I don't know how that works, but it does seem to be emptying out just fine for now. Maybe the bottom 50,000 or something doesn't empty out automatically. But it sure seems to be working just fine. Sweet. We've got valves. Nice. Those are gonna need to go on my hot bar. Pop-up valves. I don't use one-way valves very often, but I do use them sometimes. Yeah, maybe it is a bug. I don't know. The other good news is we should now be able to make... No? Did that research not unlock the icon that the picture has? No, it didn't. We can't make tanks yet. We can research advanced fluid handling. Yes, 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 yes. I love advanced fluid handling so much. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it? I will, actually. Me and advanced fluid handling have a love that's real and you can't take it from me. So we're gonna do that, and then where's fluid storage? I don't know if it's called that. Storage tanks, there we go. That's what I also need. So we'll get that researched. Though I don't know if I can make any of them, because they all require duralumin and lead. I think there's one, I think the vanilla tank, nope, that's duralumin as well. So I think until we have lead, I cannot make any of these. In fact, that one I can make with lead only. The rest require duralumin and lead. This one is also lead only, because it requires the one that's lead only. I rebalanced all of these recipes in my own mod that I played with last season. It looks like this one I can also make with lead only. So I'm not remembering what any of these actually are, recipe-wise. Okay. Sweet, but we have glass. So I've got valve for coal gas and glass and pave the world. Look at our to-do list. Beautiful. So now let's look at this button. Hi, alien life. We need a botanical nursery, which I can make. We need a fastwood forestry or two. And then I would also like to make a sap extractor. And we can grab more iron. Why is... Can't even see anything. Where are we supposed to be getting this on both sides of the belt? Why is this only on one side of the belt? That's kind of what I'm wondering right now. because of how this is set up. I see. Maybe... Maybe we do some sort of alternating system. Like this. And then these guys can wrap around. So that way we get it on both sides of the belt. A little bit better. Splitters at home, man. Not easy. Pi is the overhaul that suffers the most from the recycler. I don't know what you mean because the recycler's not in Pi. As far as I know. So I don't really think that's a problem. I might need a sap extractor and a moss farm. I don't actually remember what we need to do to get trees going, but I do need more small parts. That much is apparent. Keep ourselves funded with all the belts, and I still have a lot of Keratin built up. Let's get rid of that. That was taking up a lot of inventory. And then I also don't want this fluorospolinen, iron oxide, sand, 6 random coal. And we're gonna need a blueprint book that holds all of our Pi stuff. Pi Season 3. I swear, this is the time we're gonna be organized. This is the playthrough where my blueprint book will be organized. I swear, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh, goodness. So on that note, how should we organize the books in the book? Because I want to have not just one book with all the blueprints, right? That's a bad idea. But also I'm realizing that I don't think having a book for each, like, tech level is that great of an idea, because often you're wanting to rebuild a previous thing in the new tech level. So what do? I could have different books for different types of builds. Like, obviously a train book is one thing, that's kind of obvious, but then I could have like alien life stuff, I could have metallurgy and stuff, I could have, but even that just feels like kind of unnecessary. Animal, vegetable, mineral. I mean, I guess we could do that. That's an idea. I think if you try to categorize by actual category, though, you just start to run into all sorts of edge cases. And that's what I don't like. So I'm wondering if I could do I could do trains, power, production, problem is power and production can also have overlap and exceptions. Anybody have good ideas? Maybe I should just do early game. Maybe going by tech level is fine, but not literally making a new book for every science pack. Like, maybe we have one book that is everything before logistics science. Because I feel like logistics science changes a lot. Dave, we always say the same thing at the same time. Maybe logistics, because I just said I didn't want to do it this way, but the more that I think about it, it still feels like the best way. The problem is I'm gonna keep using a lot of the old blueprints going further into logistics science. So what I might do is actually copy the book of the low-tech stuff into the high-tech stuff, or higher tech, and then I delete stuff only when I make a replacement for it. That might be how I do it, because otherwise I'm having to look in all the different books all the time. So what I might just do is kind of have each book basically start out being the same as the book before it, but then I can replace things as we go, and that way then we're not deleting the old ones because we have the old book still that's not getting things deleted. So maybe that's a good way to stay organized, but also not like have to remake a bunch of things or go between a bunch of books all the time. And then the train book will be its own thing, and that will include stations and you know, the like rail system connections and intersections and that sort of thing. And that will just be its own book. And then maybe I have a third book that's for self-contained generating systems, where it's like I plop it down and I either feed it with nothing or I feed it with water. Well, I'll have water pumps at that point, and it creates something like 15 sand a second from nothing. You know, those sorts of builds might be nice to have their own book as well. So that's maybe my thought for now. So we'll start with the first book here. That will be pre-Logi Sci. And so for that, I will use the Automation Science Pack icon, and then that book will go in the hotbar for now. And then my blueprints, Pi Season 3 should not be in my inventory. That needs to go in the blueprint library there. Got my Season 1. So previously I had pre-Pi 1 and then in Pi 1 as two different books, but I think we're going to keep that the same book this time. And then the Ultimate Rail Network, I wonder if any of this still applies at all. Probably not. Ugh, I was proud of that. We had to rebuild it like 5 times because I kept getting the distances wrong on those stupid roboports. I remember that. Anyway, I have these random upgrade planners that can get deleted. But yeah, Pi Season 3, open this up. Boom, boom, boom. This was all cleaning in inventory spots. That's why I was doing this. All of it for inventory. Is this Pi plus Space Age? Jasa, no, there is no such thing. This is Pi plus 2.0. Space Age is not meant to work with Pi, and Pi is not meant to work with Space Age, so that will never exist. Pi will receive a future update that's related to going to space called Stellar Expedition, but that's its own mod. Also, advanced, I'll just call it AFH. AFH setup. We definitely want to get advanced fluid handling set up soon. Oh, right, all the rails are different. I knew that. I don't know why I forgot that. Of course. So we probably should end the episode, to be honest, but I wanted to see if we could build a tree. Oh god, I forgot how big these are. Where do we want to put tree farm? We're gonna need water, so I might put it down here for now, and later we can move it. It's a while before we get the water pumps, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna have to do, now that I have pumps, actually, let me make a few, and we'll make a couple more offshores. The nice thing is we can just use one pipe. So it's a little easier to get water all around your base, right? Because now that is going to be able to move 3,600 water per second. So previously you kind of had to be near water to do water-based stuff, but now I can just have one water pipe that goes everywhere. The problem is once we get past 360 units, we're going to need to pump the water from this section into the other section, and then it can never backflow the other way unless we do some sort of circuit nonsense with tanks. But if the whole idea is just to provide water and not to byproduct water, that should still be fine. So maybe I don't need to worry about being close to that. Maybe I'll build it down here in this, because there's trees and borax in the way right here. So I'll maybe build forestry stuff over here, and we'll pull the water off that corner. And we're gonna need ash too. And currently our ash dump is up. So that's an interesting idea. The pump throughput will limit how much water you can move. Yeah, that's why I was saying we would need extra pump. Because these are also... Oh, no, these are 12,000 a second now. pYanodon's buffed them, so you're probably only going to need one pump. For most applications. If you're capable of using more than 12,000 water a second, we're going to be a lot further in the game than this. I'll just say that. Alright, so anyway, the way that we get our first tree is a planter box and tree seedlings. We get tree seedlings from tree seeds and moss. Tree seeds we can already make, it's just wood. Moss is the muddy sludge, and CO2. The CO2 is coke in a furnace, an HPF as I call them, high pressure furnace, so we need a few of those. This is one of those things we'll definitely want to automate someday, because you need a lot of HPFs in the game. And then we're going to need moss. I believe moss requires... What am I up here for? Oh, we need coke. Coke, we need an overflow setup. What's the easiest way to do overflow? I think the easiest way is to do this. So it's a new belt segment. And then I can measure... this with a whole belt reader, and then we can say coke greater than 50, or 50 is a little too many, 40. Boom. Okay. So yeah, moss, I'm trying to remember, I think it comes from something in the water? No, that's fish. Maybe seaweed comes from the water. Yeah, that's seaweed. Okay. I'll grab that later. I don't need seaweed yet, I don't think. So, is it... It's rocks, yes. Thank you, chat. I would have remembered it eventually. Maybe lucky? No, never lucky. Okay. Where's more rocks? But actually, though, where's more rocks? Do we have any rocks? Any rocks at all? No? Nothing? Okay. Oh, there's some. Here are some rocks. No! 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 Come on, man! Can't see anything in the dark, so that's fun. I think that's a rock on the map. No, I don't even know what they look like on map view. Is that a rock? No, that's not a rock. Those are rocks, probably. These things. Maybe. Yeah, there's some. Come on, baby. I've got 4 chances. Come on, be the one, be the one, be the one, be the one. No! Okay. There's a huge pile over by the tin ore patch, but that's such a long walk. Is this one up here? Can't tell. On the map? No, that's nothing. The light brown squares, you say, like that. But these are not... Well, those are rocks. These are not rocks. So, it's a little hard to tell. Wait, and that was not a rock. But that color looks like the same as this color. So, whatever they are, they're not distinct enough for it to be easily distinguishable. Hey, Bait Schultz, thanks for the follow. Oh my gosh, we are not lucky today. Oh, that is a rock over there. Okay. Maybe this will be the one. We only need one more. There's one more down here. Plus a tree. Please. No. Oh my gosh. How many rocks do I need to mine? I'm going over to the 10 ore. Jeez. This is ridiculous. How do you deal with figuring out where to build stuff? I only have 3 to 4 pi runs under my belt. The biggest roadblock is always trying to figure out where to build stuff. That is a huge challenge. I don't know the answer to that question either. My method is gut feelings, and it is not the best method. So, good luck to you and everyone else playing Pi, because I don't know. If you know, please tell me, because I mean, no, I'm being a little bit silly. I think for me, the main thing I consider is if I know the main ingredients of something, I try to put it semi-close to where those ingredients are. Like right now, we were just considering trees. I know I need ash and water. So realistically, this would probably be the best spot for trees right now. However, I'm thinking more that I want my bio-industry stuff to be going over here, because right now I have all my metals kind of up here, and I'm going to want to dodge these ore patches, so I'm going to have like my bus kind of split into sections going over to the side, I think. I don't know. And I say bus, a very loose meaning of the word bus. I'm not... Oh, there's one, thank God. I probably need more than one, though. Or do we just need one? I need 5 to get started. And then 3 makes 1 tree. I might need more than that, actually. Because then I'm gonna... Well, no, sorry. I need to reproduce moss, just infinitely. So then, to reproduce moss, I only need 1 moss, because I need money. Okay, no, 1 moss is enough. 1 moss is enough, but I'll see if we can get another one, because that'll speed things up to start. Since I'm already here by the rocks, might as well try to get a second one. Maybe. Excuse me. But yeah, all that to say, where you build stuff in your base, it starts to matter a little less, obviously, if you move to a train base, where things are kind of more disjointed. Obviously, eventually, train travel time starts to matter as well, but that's a long way down the road, and I'm not really worrying about that. Jeez, this is nuts. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe the chance of getting moss is only like 5%. I have no idea. But it feels like this is pretty unlucky. I can check the moss chance. Oh, it's 10%. Okay, I think we've gotten unlucky. I'm pretty sure we've mined like 30 by now. In fact, oh, there's our second one. Can we find out? No, is it? It doesn't count under kills, so no. Unfortunately. I want to use trees for infinite power. Yes and no. It was a little bit of a bait and switch title. By infinite power, I mean for our assembling machines. They will be infinitely powered once we have automated wood. but I'm not using it for like actual steam power for my base electricity. Oh, and there we got one more. Perfect. All right. So now we should be able to get a little bit of moss going, and that will be future episodes, because this recorded episode is 1 hour and 20 minutes already. If you're here live, don't go anywhere. What's up, Tanith? We will be continuing to stream today, but for those of you that are watching the future recorded episode, we're going to call it quits there, and then we'll work on moss here in the next episode. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Alright, so what do we take a screenshot of? The aluminum mining? Probably the aluminum mining. But I need to wait till it's light out for that, because it is very dark. And I can now make lamps. Totally forgot about that. Yes. 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 Lamps. Let there be lamps. Right there. And we need power. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. The problem with lamps is now I'm going to need power everywhere for my base, which will be unfortunate, but true. All right, so that's the screenshot. You're waiting till March or April for the next Pi update? Who told you March or April? I'm highly doubtful it will be out by March or April. Like, I think we're still closer to like a year away than 3 months away. At least that's what I thought we were talking about. Have there been official announcements that lead us to believe that Pi Stellar Expedition might be out by March or April? Because I don't think that's what it was. Yeah, Gildarth, there's lots of other options in logistics science, but trees for power at this stage of the game is not really a thing. I think I even did the math on it in my last Pi run, and it's pretty bad. Like, it's technically power positive, but it's certainly not worth it when you can just mine like absurd amounts of raw coal and just use that instead. There's just no point to do it the wood version when raw coal is basically infinite. If you were like running out of raw coal or something, I could maybe see it happening pre-logistic science, but it doesn't really seem necessary otherwise. Okay, so what are we doing? I need to take a quick restroom break, and we will keep streaming and do more pYanodon'sing. So I'll be right back. You guys stretch your legs, stretch your back, do something good for your body, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I need a little bit of a sugary snack because, you know, Christmas. Got the Nerds gummy clusters. If you guys haven't had these, oh my god. I could die happy if all I had was these on a desert island. Mm. Alright, what else do we need to do? Anything? More lamps. Man, these things are good. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's obviously sugar. But it's so good. The flavors. There's a mixture of gummy and crunchy from the little Nerds. And tangy. Mmm. Man. You know, people can say what they want about America, but we do candy right. We sure do. We may not do, like, chocolate right, but we do candy right. Alright. Let's actually play pYanodon's. So what's happening here? We're making coal gas. We are completely out of tar. I figured that was the case already, and we are. What's up, Salsa? So right that it's banned everywhere else. Exactly. Well, it's mostly a corn syrup thing, and corn syrup's a weird thing to talk about. Like, it's definitely bad for you if you're eating a ton of it. But you shouldn't be eating a ton of candy, regardless of what type of sugar is in it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're a reasonable person eating a reasonable amount of candy, it's probably fine if it has corn syrup in it. But the problem is, corn syrup is designed in such a way that it causes people to do unreasonable things and eat unreasonable amounts of it. So it's more like it's banned because it's protecting people from themselves type issue. It's not like it's actually gonna kill you when you eat some candy, you know, but it would be better for everybody if it wasn't used in foods. But at the same time, it's delicious in a way that sugar isn't. I mean, it is sugar. It's a different type of sugar. It's a different type of deliciousness. Anyway, I digress. Let's restock, and then we'll start the episode. Probably should get rid of some stone. Definitely gonna need a lot of pipe to ground, so I'm gonna do 150 of those. We're good on inserters, small parts, iron, steel, aluminum I could use more of. Yeah, the government and corn is a whole nother can of worms. Okay. I think we're good. Sweet. Hello everyone, Krydex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We still need an alarm over there. In our last episode, we got some rocks chopped, and that means we now have 4 moss. So we should be able to get a moss farm going. And we can start growing moss, which we need in medium amounts, actually, to start producing trees. And we need trees in medium to large amounts to create wood and fiber and all sorts of other helpful things. Now, there is an extra stone recipe for moss. it's interesting. You get twice as much moss, but that's a lot of stone. Look at that recipe. We go from 8 to 16. So it's double the moss in 80% of the time, but the problem is it requires more than 1 stone per moss. So it's not really worth it yet. There are times where you have absurd amounts of stone and it's worth it, and then there are further moss recipes, but for now, we're just gonna do muddy sludge and carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide requires coke in a high pressure furnace. Oh yeah, I forgot they made these bigger. This still feels like the new art and new model to me. The old one was 5x5, I think, and now it's 7x7. Yeah, they made it a lot bigger. I kind of miss the old one. But anyway, we can make CO2 pretty easily from coke. Can we make it any other way right now? I mean, there's about 1,000,000 ways to make it, but biomass... It's actually easier to look in FNEI because it'll be in order of technology. So there's that one. That's really to make lime, not to make CO2. You happen to get CO2 out of it. But this is 40 CO2 per coke, and that's only, what, like 6? I guess the biomass one is kind of the next best one. I thought there was another way to make CO2 that was easy, but it must be the biomass one I'm thinking of. Moondrop greenhouse can just straight up make it. Is that a turd one? That might be a turd recipe. That's the other problem with FNEI, is that some of these are turd related recipes, and I don't know if there's an easy way to tell. Like if I look, for example, if I look for fiber, we will probably see both recipes here. Yeah, see, here's the turd fiber recipe. So I guess the way you can tell that it's a turd recipe is it doesn't have an unlock. That's probably the way to tell. If it doesn't have a research that unlocks it, it's probably a turd recipe. Anyway, all that to say, we're gonna need to bring coke down here. We might just produce coke down here. We're gonna need coke all over the place. And I need the coal gas for the aluminum ore, so it could make sense to bring a belt of raw coal. I wonder if there's a raw coal patch down here. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of exploring. Let's see if there's a raw coal patch. I don't actually remember. I did enough scouting to know that we had all the necessities within arm's reach, but other than that, I didn't. It's not like I memorized locations of patches. Here's our next bioreserve patch. There's our next iron and copper patch, it looks like. How much copper is here? Ooh, it's a small patch. 9 million, 19, or well, 10 million really. Yeah, that should be enough of those. Let's see. It looks like aluminum to the west. Here. Not seeing any raw coal. Is that niobium? No, zinc. Zinc. What are you zinking about? Aluminium at 29 million, zinc at 46 million. I gotta say, it feels nice to know the patches aren't gonna run out overnight. No rock coal. There's titanium. Ah, titanium. We will need titanium in the near-ish future, so that's good that we scouted that out. It's kind of... It's used in buildings for a while before you use it in any automation, so we'll need, you know, we'll need a small amount of it automated just to be able to build all the buildings we want. But you need to make acetylene to mine the titanium, and acetylene requires, actually the recipe we were just looking at, which is the limestone plus coke equals lime plus CO2. you end up using that one to make. Also, this borax patch has got to be the tiniest little 7 million borax patch I've ever seen. Wow. And the worst part is it needs the crystal mines, so we're only going to be able to fit, like, I don't know, maybe 7 mines on that or something. Despite the fact that I have 7 million borax. Alright, well, I like the idea of bringing more raw coal anyway, so let's do that. We're gonna need more belts. Belts over here. I'll just grab a lot. We're gonna use a lot here. And then miners, I can handcraft. Inserters we've got. Oh yeah, and I have lamps now because of glass. So I actually crafted some in between episodes. And we're gonna have to start plopping those down around the base. I do have the brighter lamps mod, which is made by yours truly. And it changes the light radius of lamps to be greater, so you don't need to place them as often. I just find vanilla lamps have such a small little radius, it feels like you have to place them everywhere to actually have your base be lit up at night, and I didn't love that. So I changed it. That's the beauty of modding. Alright, now... how many of these did we decide we actually need? Is it 4? Technically 5 if they're powering themselves. Also, I never disposed of the ash on these ones, so that's problematic. So 4, 5. So let's do this. Here and here. I'm very excited for electric miners. Do electric miners dream of electric sheep? So nice. Because the problem is I'm gonna need more than one more belt of raw coal. I may need to change the design where it's self-fueling. And then I can have belts coming out the bottom and the top, rather than kind of this weird thing I'm doing right now. Yeah, let's take a look at a self-fueling design. So this and this, if we're self-fueling, I mean, this honestly kind of already works. We just need to move these two to the other side. Hey, look, I made a self-fueling design. The problem being that it doesn't create a fully compressed belt because of how it works. What did I do last time? I also had a design like this, but this ends up not having space on the back. It works fine as long as you don't have anything back here. Don't I have electric miners already? No. No, I have fluid miners for stuff like aluminum, but they don't work on things like rock wool. Electric miners they require circuits. And Pi Science 1. So we're not seeing those for a long time. It'll basically be one of the first things we research when we get Pi 1 packs. Anyway, so if I were to do it this way, the problem then becomes the ash. Because I can feed it with its own output in a way where it will produce a fully compressed belt. But then ash is the problem. And I mean, I could also get rid of ash like this, but then we're mixing ash and coal, which we don't want to do. Well, I guess I could put ash on the far side, but then I can't fuel itself with this coal. So I could have it go off the side. Here's the strat. There we go. There we go. So now the ash is going on the other side. Problem with that approach is now ash is on the same belt. My old approach, ash was already separated, and I don't have splitters. So if I want to separate the ash, now it's really hard to do because I need like 10 miners to do it. So maybe I don't do it that way. Maybe the old way is still good. And we just accept that it won't be fully compressed. No, this. And that last one will once in a while take one and it won't be perfectly fully compressed until I get electric miners. But it'll be really close to fully compressed, right? Because it'll get fully compressed after this last one, and then this one will take a raw coal once in a while. I mean, these only burn a raw coal every 6 seconds. So we're talking 1/16 of an item less than full compression. That's fine. Personally, I don't think that's the worst thing. So this is good then. So then 5 of these will make a fully compressed-ish belt. And it will send ash out the same way it's sending coal out, but that could be reversed. I could send ash in the opposite direction, but I don't think I will. So then I don't need to worry about the carriage lines going up in, so I can remove this and this and all this and this. Yeah, this is a good idea. I need to produce 2 belts of raw coal. Sort of, to go down there. 1 belt there. 1 belt there. Alright, hold on. We're hitting the reset button. Because we need to fit a lot more on here. Alright, this is gonna take some time. Get rid of Carrigan, get rid of ash. I'm gonna put away the belts for now. I can help you guys a little bit. They're so cute. Oh, wait, I actually wanted those because that's the template of what I'm actually doing. Alright, so this is the build, as it were. Okay. And no! Then we need some stone brick to go right there. Perfect. Okay. So 5 miners. That right there should produce a full belt. And then to get the full belt out of it, we need to do that, this, that. Well, that's ash, so So. And this goes in front. Okay. So something like that is good for a full belt of raw coal. I'd like to have another one. Can we make a submachine gun yet? Kind of need one. All right. You guys come a little further forwards. Oh, no. Did that wrong. Needs to be here. Okay. Those out of the way. Alright, that should work. Start the first one, and it should all go. And then we also have the carriage in, which is a whole different topic. This is the carriage in recycling line. That's an ash disposal line. So the carriage in recycling, that's just a random fuel line. So we could do 1, 2, 3. And this carriage in line will go over there. And then we'll have, I really wish we had splitters. I really wish we had splitters. So that's a raw coal line. Can we rely on the carriage in line having enough? You know, do I need to do weird stuff like this? Where they support each other? I have no idea. I think we can rely on the carriage in. The only way we stop getting carriage in is if I stop storing stone brick, which is not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, we might be okay. The nearest power source. Some light going. Yeah, see, brighter lamps just makes it such a nice aura from a single lamp instead of a terrible tiny little circle that's like this big and you need another lamp right here. Ugh. Yeah, I'm being a little sarcastic, but it feels that bad sometimes. Alright, now one of the belts, I didn't really pay attention. I should have paid more attention. Where does the belt go that ends up going to my power? Because I definitely messed that one up. That's this one. Okay. So off to the left is the power belt. Over there. Over here is a random fuel belt, and then this is now an extra belt, which I will probably also bring over to the left. Ugh, we have so many belts over here. Maybe I do one there. Okay, there we go. That's a little smarter. Oh, we're already out of belts? No, I put away all the belts. That's right. Okay, so then to a third belt. Here, Control V and then scroll. I always forget about this. No! Control V, Shift, scroll. There we go. This is what we want. And this gives us yet another belt. But the ash is not really working out so great. Also, what's the ash count on these bad boys? 0.833. So we can handle basically all 4 belts on one side. 4 belts of raw coal production on one side of an ash belt collection. Technically. So if I'm mixing a little bit of sidage like that, we should be okay. Actually have it down here. Go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. I think that works. We basically got 1.5 of that. Yeah, that's only 5 on one side. Should be okay. Alright. This one started. And then, now that we have all this extra space, I'm glad we did this. This was worth it. Probably right here. And then this guy will be to make the coke and stuff up here. Coke for steel. I could try to make a main coke build area right now, but I just don't think that's really worth it at this stage of the game. Oh, we're not gonna. How is ash still on this? Where is that coming from? Dear goodness. Is that the ash from my coal or copper production? I think it is. But anyway, there's raw coal. All right, that's a lot of raw coal. That's a lot of raw coal. Okay, do I want to go around? Or do we want to go through? I want to go through. What's up, Simon? We are, well, as you can see, working on raw coal. Partially because I just need more coke, and I just need to have more coal in different parts of the base, so I'm going for it. What I also need is a submachine gun to destroy stuff better. When do I get this stupid thing? After the evaporating process? What? Oh, because you need to make gunpowder to make bullets. Oh, funny. We can make the submachine gun, though. But you need sulfur and saline water. And you need acid gas, which needs tailings. How do you get tailings at this stage of the game? Probably from one of these things. Good God. No, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. I will be able to make the submachine gun, though, so that's probably worth it. We have some amount of ammo that will last us. Okay, well, anyway, that's all set up. I can ignore these dumb chests for now. Bring the coal down. Okay, and now I've got these extra coal belts, which I will bring over I will not change. Why would I change? I have no need for armor. Armor doesn't give you any... What? That must be a pie thing. Okay. Hey, we got free 20 inventory. I had no idea light armor gave you 20 inventory. Is that new? Like, was that around when pYAE started, or is that a newer development? I definitely don't remember that being a thing. Huh. Well, that's nice. We needed that inventory space. How long ago did we unlock armor? Did we start with it? No, you needed to craft 50 steel. So once you get your first 50 steel, that's a 20 inventory bonus. Okay, that's nice. I'm not really sure what I want to do with all this raw coal, but I just feel like having belts of raw coal is so handy. You can do so much with it. So we'll just bring both over here. And there we go. And then we'll make coke on site, which I still don't have radar, so I have to walk over there because I can't copy it from map view. Yeah, Simon, I don't mind tips like that. I don't totally... Like, for me, backseating's an interesting beast because it's kind of like the it's not what you say, it's how you say it type situation where, like, half of the backseating I don't like isn't really what the person's saying, but the way that it feels like they're telling me how to play the game. And sometimes the frequency, it's like, okay, at this point it feels like they're just wanting to play the game and they're just telling me everything that they would be doing instead of what I'm doing. Like, that's a little much. But if it's stuff like that where it's like, hey, light armor gives you an inventory bonus, you know, like, I don't mind stuff like that at all. That's helpful. Because there's lots of things I'm either not going to notice or I don't already know, or a combination of the two. I just crashed the game by trying to vertically flip that. That's new. Okay. Let me pause the recording real quick. Let me report that in the Pi Discord real quick. Because that was only inserters, belts, and destructive distillation columns, and pipes, right? I'm surprised there's not a bug. There's no bugs channel in Pi, in the Pi Discord. Ugh, I know, because they want me to make a bug report on GitHub, but that's really annoying. Yes, if it's crashing the whole game, it's probably something related to the base game, but it's probably something related to the base game and mods playing together, and the Pi devs are gonna know a lot more about what actually needs to get fixed. All right, sorry, let me restart the game while you guys are sitting there. The worst part is I can't... The nice thing about a Discord report is you can upload small files like your log or whatever, whereas on GitHub you can't just paste your log like you can on Discord. So it's actually... It's so annoying to do bug reports on GitHub instead of Discord. I know it's easier for devs to deal with GitHub bugs, but ugh, I hate... Like, I know there's a lot of other people that feel the same way as me, or they don't even have a GitHub, or they don't know how to do it. Like, there's so many bug reports you will not get as a dev if you require people to put bug reports on GitHub. I will say that. Like, if you want more bug reports and more often feedback type bug report stuff, you need to provide a way to do it on your Discord somehow. Crash. What is the problem? I tried to flip. I don't even know. I'm not gonna do this right now. Maybe it's because of Bob's inserter or the other inserter mod. Oh, it's possible. Let's see. First of all, where did the autosave leave us? Let's see if I just copy it. Let's try to recreate the crash real quick. See how consistent it is. Oh, yep, that's consistent. Wow. Okay. Well, that's weird. I guess we can diagnose it, because I mean, I need to know what not to do in the first place to not get the game to crash. So first thing we'll try is just copying the DDC and see if that flips horizontally and vertically. I mean, I'm pretty sure it does because we were doing that when we built it. And I haven't had problems flipping anything else, so I doubt it's Bob's adjustable inserters or quick adjustable inserters. In fact, none of these inserters are even 90-degree inserters. Though that doesn't necessarily mean it's not their fault. To be fair. So, if I copy this, flip, 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 flip. If I copy two of them with just the pipes in between, flip, 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 flip. What if I copy these? Flip, 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 flip. What if I copy this? Flip, 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 flip. What if I copy the pipes? Oh, I bet it's the valve. What if I copy it with the valve? Yep, it's the valve. String weasel! Okay, well that's problematic. Well, I will report that then on the valves mod page, because that's a pretty big problem. I'll do one more thing, which is just copying a valve by itself and see if it flips at all. And if it crashes with just a single valve, then we will know that it is very much the culprit. Because it's possible it's like a valve combined with other things, but if a valve by itself causes a crash, yep, it does. Wow, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's actually super annoying too, because that means what I have to do, at least for now, until it's fixed. I hope it can get fixed, but at least for now, what I have to do. Okay, we are back, future YouTube. So the problem is the valves. If you have a valve in your copy paste thing, I assume it can rotate. Yeah, it can rotate fine, but if you do H or V to flip it horizontally or vertically, it crashes. So what I'm gonna have to do if I want to copy the setup, which I do, is basically plop it here. I'm gonna have to remove the valve from the blueprint, and then I should be able to flip it around and stuff. Ah, if I can left click it. V, H, yeah, that works fine. So it's definitely valves. I will be reporting that, and I'm guessing it'll get fixed, hopefully. Though it is weird. It's like causing the game to hard crash, you know, like Windows dialog error box type crash, which is not very standard these days. So, like, it's kind of hard to even get that to happen, you know? Alright, what do I actually want from this? I don't want... I wish you could... I know this is a weird idea, but I kind of wish you could deconstruction planner on the blueprint. Get rid of those. The coal comes in there. This is all fine. Coal comes in here. Alright, let's put it there. And then I need 5 DDCs. Oh, and then we lost our light armor because that happened before the crash, and we lost the squiggling of all the belts here. It'd be so handy to remove a whole area from a non-square shaped build. Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is that you just... What you would do is you would paste it, and then you would remove it, and then you would copy that. You know, like, that's the kind of obvious solution to such things. But it's still a different thing than being able to modify the blueprint itself. So, there's still a use case for that. Alright, and then we wanted this one to be the main one. Got those two. And then I want them to be over here. Yeah, if you have bots that want to build it before you can deconstruction planar it, that's where having a zone in your map view that you go to plan things is actually nice. And this is where, you know, there's some things where it's like, okay, Captain of Industry has figured this out. They have what's called, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically blueprint mode. And you can just, or planner mode or something, and you can basically, you just build normally, nothing happens, and you're kind of planning out the whole thing before you hit the go button at all. And that would actually be nice to have in Factorio as well, because construction bots get stuff done faster than you want them to. Alright, for now we'll split this one off. I definitely don't need a full belt of raw coal going to coke and coal gas and all that stuff, but it's something. Alright. I need more DDCs, which needs more copper. And I don't know what else. Actually seems like that's it for now. How are we doing on materials? Decent. Pipes, getting low on those. One of the problems with pipes is that they are an ingredient in so many buildings. And they're also an ingredient in so many buildings that are also buildings that are an ingredient in other buildings that also have pipes. So you end up with a lot of, like, a single building can cost you hundreds of pipes situations. So if you want to handcraft buildings, you got to carry a lot of pipes, is what I'm saying. All right. Good night, Thomas. Thanks for hanging out. I will now craft my submachine gun. Okay, well, with any luck, this situation should get us what we need. What am I really doing here? Splitters at home. That's what we're doing. I don't think I need iron oxide for anything, so we're just gonna fill her up. Power going. And there we go, DDCs. This is more coal gas for the fluid mining drills, which is interesting. And more tar. But I don't want to bring the tar all the way up to there for fueling the glassworks. Do steam engines stack to 50? Because if they do, that's not a bad idea. They only stack to 10, that's part of the problem. So it doesn't change that much. I mean, yes, you're saving yourself 1 stack of iron, half a stack of pipes, and half a stack of small parts. So they're only double density. So it's not that crazy. Like at most, it's gonna save you a couple slots. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I just don't. It's not gonna make a huge difference. Okay, so that is for over here. We now are gonna make CO2 with this coke. We'll do 2. What's the rate? Each one, oh, it's pretty slow. They only make 16 CO2 a second. I don't remember how much we need though. At full rate, what are you gonna need? You're gonna be about 4 times faster than this, roughly. So you're gonna need about 1 a second. Okay, that's not bad. And then muddy sludge. What is? It's tickling me. Muddy sludge is going to be just water. So we need soil extractors. And then the muddy sludge goes in a washer, I believe. It is true that steam engines go in everything, though. I mean, literally. Not soil extractors. And not foundries. But every other building... Every other building on this row has steam engines as an ingredient. So, in that sense, having a few stacks of steam engines isn't a bad idea, just because it's saving you a crafting step. Oh, sorry, saving you a crafting step as well. But I kind of want to make a mall-ish. I know it's weird, but I think, because often it feels like in these games you either make a mall, a big mall, or you don't. And if you make a mall, then you stop needing to carry around all the intermediates and you can just carry the buildings. Or you just carry the intermediates and you handcraft buildings as you need them. Those tend to be the 2 main approaches. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I might automate some of the ones that are a little easier to, like the ones that only require, you know, basically these ingredients that you're seeing for the washer. Those are all ingredients that are pretty easy to get together, and I could automate just a few of the major buildings that you see over and over again, like destructive distillation columns, foundries, fluid mining drills, high pressure furnaces, maybe jaw crushers, and maybe washers. And little fruit flies that get in the house. And then maybe something like a pressure pump would be nice. You know, like, I don't think I need to automate these buildings because you often just build them once in a while. But, like, botanical nurseries are a maybe. Probably not those. But yeah, a few of these, you know, you do use again and again and again. A make everything machine for buildings certainly is on the list of things I will... Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. Certainly on the list of things I will probably do at some point in this pie run. I'm not going to start with it, though. Alright, I'm going to put that down there. A little bit more space. And then a washer. I don't know what the ratios are for any of this stuff. So muddy sludge is 2.5 soil a second. These are 2 soil a second, so it's pretty close. And then that's... Yeah, we're only going to need one of these basically forever. And I can just jam them up against each other like this. Connect the water across. Like that. Connect power. You had 2 machines making moss farms in your speedrun. Yeah, that is how a speedrun is different. we will plop Mars, you know. There'll be many hours between plopping moss farms down. I do not think it's going to be a regular occurrence. Though moss is one of the few that might be worth automating, even for me, just because I do know, even in the amount of Pi that I've played, you need moss farms quite often. Because moss goes into a lot of stuff. Which is different than some of the other flora. Okay, oh, we didn't belt this over. Alright, that should do it. And a lamp. I love lamp. And now we need to re-put the valve in because we had to delete it because of the bug. And then the tar, we're gonna need a sinkhole. Where are sinkholes? Okay, they're in production. Yeah, exactly. You need a lot of moss for all the animal stuff. I know it feels like a crime to just ditch the tar, but for now, this is fine. We will do a lot of different things with coal gas and tar and syngas, but that's a project for a different moment. I could build a tailings pond and then an overflow valve. I guess that's probably slightly more responsible, because at least then we have a nice stockpile of tar for when we want to use it. I have room for a tailings pond, is why that's easy. What is that? I don't know what that is. How is Pi treating me today? Today, Pi is treating me quite well. No complaints, actually. The Zen Garden is real. Alright. Easy. And then the lamp over here. Okay. Finally getting there. Muddy sludge. Oh, we are there. We just need power. Huzzah! Green pixels! We are making moss. Alright. That feels good. Our first alien life reproductive cycle is now underway. So this will grow infinite moss as long as I still have coke, and I mean water's infinite and free. So as long as we have raw coal over here, we will get moss. And it's a pretty, like, I get 8 moss from 100 CO2, and 100 CO2 is gonna come from only like 2.5 coke. So that's actually worse than I thought. That's quite a lot of coke per moss that you end up using. But anyway, this is gonna take 5 ever to finish because of the not having enough modules yet. But then once these are done, we can put them in the module slots, and then obviously I have more. And yeah. Simon, the way that I set it up, it would... no, you're right. Tailings ponds were vacuums before. So yeah, that wouldn't have worked. It works now, though, because the tailings pond has the same thing. Which might be a bug, because it does still say in the description. They either need to change the description, or they need to fix tailings ponds to work the way they used to work. Because I do know what you're talking about. It just... It doesn't work that way anymore. Now they basically are a tank. And I'm guessing they'll fix that. Alright, so anyway, we've got the moss. Now the forestry. Well, we're going to need a lot of things over here, so let's kind of get some stuff started. So the forestry buildings, I want to get rid of these trees. Don't worry, we'll make more trees. Alright, you guys will have brothers and sisters. Alright, now the ash, what does that do for us? So the water is a no-brainer. Like, you would be crazy to not use the water recipe. Because it cuts the crafting time down by 20%, and it gets you 33% more logs for the amount of tree seedlings, so it's more productive. So it's just better all around. The ash is a little bit of a different question. You get 50% more trees, but it's 30 ash. So that's a significant amount of, like, you're talking 5 ash per log, and 1 log is 5 wood, so you're talking 1 ash per wood produced. That's not insignificant. That is a lot of ash. It really does add up. We have enough right now. We're not really using ash for anything else, so it's a great way to start if you can get the ash down here. But it's not, you know, strictly better. I will probably hand deliver some ash for now. And we have an ash belt for something. I think it's for science. So maybe I can route that same ash down here. But even then, that will give me less than 1 belt of wood potential. It's probably easier to make ash on site. Okay, so we already have this guy, fluorospolin and reprocessing for the decaying of when the flora. I'm so tired of not having radar. Not being able to look at different parts of my base on map view is really annoying. So yeah, like these are gonna start to build up soon, I'm guessing. I don't know where the spoilage process is at, but it seems like this whole belt is about to be spoiled. And then once it is, it's all gonna go into this chest. And what we could do is we could then provide some steam to a botanical nursery to rejuvenate all of them. And we'd get some free biomass out of it. And I say all of them, it looks like you get about 75% back. Because it's 5 to 10. And I'm pretty sure when Factorio gives you a range of items like that, it is always a normal distribution. Uniform distribution is what my brain was thinking. It's flat, like you have an equal chance to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure that's always how it works. I don't think mods can change that, so that you can just figure out the average by adding the numbers and dividing by 2. So 5 plus 10 is 15, divided by 2, 7.5. There you go. So I think that's worth it if you care to, but the reason I don't think it's worth it right now is we have 807,000 flora, and so if a few hundred spoil from time to time every 3 hours, I really don't care. The only problem is the alarm is needed because we're gonna have to trash it somehow, so I'll need the burners or something. Hey, it finally finished. First moss complete. Wonderful. Now the recipe will only take, I don't know, 150 seconds or something. I wish you could invert. Huh. I hadn't thought about this before, but sometimes you want to see seconds per item instead of items per second. And it would be cool if rate calc had an invert button. Where you could click it and it would show you, you know, the inverted measure. Huh, interesting. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna set that up. The tree seedlings is what we want. We can also make sap seeds, which we will need soon, to make sap trees. I don't need sap for this process, but we will need sap for making circuits, which is on the horizon. We're getting there. I'm not playing super fast. We would already have circuits by now if I was really rushing, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, so then power up this bad boy, and we will be able to feed it moss and tree seeds. I should make a few more moss farms. Let's get... Oh, I need soil. And aluminum. Where is my soil right now? I guess I could just grab some from there. Yeah. Put another one right there. And then... How to do this? Just go with the classic build. And then the muddy sludge. There. You could always control click exactly 200. Yeah, that does change things a little bit. Alright. We do need some tree seeds. That, I guess, is actually pretty easy. Delete this. Tree seeds. I want assemblers right there anyway. Tree seeds. Done. Okay, so finish this off. Copy those. I don't know if the bots will deliver. I'm curious. We'll find out when this recipe finishes if the bots deliver, if these type of bots deliver modules. If they don't, that will be a downside from nanobots. So far, they've been way more powerful than nanobots, but if they don't deliver modules, nanobots do deliver modules. So that will be a big difference, and I will be sad if they do not deliver modules. I guess I can find out. Well, no, I have copy-paste modules enabled. What's the easy? I guess if I'm out of range, it should... No, copy-paste modules has an infinite range. How do I do this, then? I do this by getting rid of those, pasting that in, and then picking them up. Okay, good. The bots can deliver modules. Confirmed. We'll have that happening, and now tree seeds are done. One tree seed makes 3 tree seedlings, and 3 tree seedlings makes 4 trees if we're just using water. If I grab some ash, we can make more logs. That's probably how we want to start. Wait, no. What am I thinking? That's not the tree recipe. The tree recipe needs planter boxes. Oh, I forgot about this. Ugh, it's so gross. I really wish I had remembered this when we were setting up science. I would have made extra planter boxes to go off to the side. It doesn't need to be a lot, but a small trickle of automated planter boxes would have been a very smart idea. Because you need some for your sap stuff, you need some for your tree stuff, but a small trickle would be plenty. So it's possible that I might try to modify that build to provide a trickle. I would need to expand it a little bit more so I could... Maybe once I have splitters. Because we do have extra production capacity. I don't know if you remember this, but we're only using 1.6 of the 2 for the 2 automation science packs. So we can, at least in terms of the assembler count, have an extra amount of planter boxes coming out of this. So I like that idea. I will need more soil for that. This actually uses all the soil and stuff like that, but... just put an inserter in chest. Well, No, because I want to output them. And currently the restriction we have is on wood for planter boxes, so we're not going to have any extra right now. But I mean, you're right, that would be a way to collect some, but I want to like put them on a belt and have it automated and everything, which would require some more space. All right, what are we doing? More moss? More moss. Oh no. Oh no, they don't automatically insert. That's so annoying. Oh no. So what just happened a minute ago? What? 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 I have no modules. I pick them up, nothing gets placed. But that's not what just happened a second ago. What happened was these were all well, now I'm screwing it up. These were all filled. I took them all out. I put them all in here. I copied one that has the requests over. I grabbed these, and then a bot did build it. A bot did put them in. But now they're not. I swear that's exactly what I did before. I took them out. I put them away. I copied the request. Picked them up. And a bot put them in. And now it's not. Oh, that's so annoying. It's fine. We do have copy-paste modules, so that helps. But that makes me miss nanobots. Cause you use modules a lot in Pi with the alien life stuff. And it's just nice to not have to manually worry about that. That makes me really miss nanobots. That also makes me realize Blueprint Shotgun isn't the perfect replacement either because of the issue of placing modules. So really, I still miss nanobots, and I hope somebody fixes nanobots for 2.0. And someone kind of already did, but I got that mod and it crashes the game on load with Pi installed, or at least the mods that I have installed. So it's not a great fix yet. So each one is 0.08 when it's at full speed. That's not very fast. Yeah, this is really annoying. I wonder if there's a way. Is there a mod setting for it? I guess I should check that before I complain about it. Oh. You can't search the setting itself. Or I mean the category. I've always thought, like, if you want to see the bottleneck light settings, I think for mod settings search, it should include all the settings that are in a category that matches your search name. Because often you have no idea what the actual setting words are, but you know the mod that you want to search for settings for. So this is where the classic like Factorio UI design, I don't think search should work the same way here, but I think the devs are very much like it should work the same way everywhere. Like, you're crazy to imply otherwise. And I think this is a situation where most people would prefer if search, I mean, it should do both. Like it should, if I type explicit, it should find this word explicit in the options, but it should also find a mod called, you know, explicit default locked slots and show me all the settings of that mod. Anyway, we're looking for construction drones continued, and it seems like they have no settings. think they're called construction drones, right? Is it continued? Is it construction drones 2.0? Is it construction drones? Oh, updated construction drones. There it is. That's not a setting that's going to help. And does not seem to have any settings. All right, well, that's a bummer. Guess I'm manually placing modules until I have actual construction bots. That's sad. That's a sad day. But on the plus side, we're about to have enough moss. Hooray! Alright, so that is the moss, and now we can turn moss into tree seedlings, and then we can turn tree seedlings into trees. Let me make just a forestry to make the trees themselves. Oh, just kidding. Is it in a botanical nursery? Which now I need logs for. We're running out of logs, but soon we'll have them automated. I need 50 soil now. Keep hitting the mic. It must be too close, that's why. Alright, there we go. Botanical nursery. Handcraft some flower boxes, you know, as an engineer does. And then we're gonna need more planter boxes. Is that true? Did the old picker dollies allow you to shift ghosts over? I thought it did. But I can't remember for sure. I could be wrong about that. It's one of those memory things where I'm like, I seem to remember doing that, but it's very possible I'm fooling myself, and there is no such memory. Anyway, tree seedlings are a go, and now we just need more planter boxes, which means I need to go find some more trees to chop down for them. Okay, southwest. Alright. Some of the last trees that we will have to manually chop, because my rule that I decided is that I can use construction drones to destroy forests once I'm producing my own logs and wood. Because then it's not cheating to get more logs than I should be able to get otherwise. It's... The word cheating is a very ill-defined word, but, you know, what I've defined to be cheating for myself. This is a single-player game, after all. I do not judge you if you use construction drones to gather logs. You're losing out on the Zen garden experience of running around and chopping trees. I do need to collect some planter boxes. What I might actually do is tell... Well, I don't have enough logs. Well, I have 57 logs. That might be enough. I'm gonna actually... What am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn that sideways, and I'm gonna do this. So, half of my wood... Instead of going to science, we'll go to planter boxes for a minute. That'll help. Yeah, I mean, Simon, I mainly just wanted to have to chop some trees manually rather than, because you get the construction drones from the minute one, you know, and it feels a little unfair if I just never have to chop a tree in my life. But at the same time, I've probably only spent 20 minutes of my playtime chopping trees total, so it's probably not a huge difference one way or another. Alright, there we go. We're making our first tree! And then once we have that... Oh, let me go get some ash. We're talking about that. 23,000 ash. Should last a while. Created the first tree at 10 hours and 38 seconds. Nice. 23,000 ash. That is... It is an ash load. Alright, and then we need the seedlings also on a belt. So we'll have the seedlings go that way. Get collected. Let's see, how do I do priority for this? Seedlings, and then we offload if we have enough on the belt. That one. 16 is what I was trying to type, and then that will go over here. And that's actually behind the building. This is the one thing that can be hard with pie buildings, is sometimes, again, a reason why I actually like to automate them like this. Or not automate, but what's the word? Place them, array them vertically, because it's a lot less confusing. Just because of the perspective, sometimes the buildings are taller or not than their sprites, and that can be a lot of visual confusion. Because what's weird is some buildings do actually have their box, like it's clear the building has vertical height to it, but the height is actually blocking things from being placed. And then other buildings like this one actually allow you to place things behind the sprite of where you can see. So it is a bit inconsistent, I will say. It generally trends towards allowing you to place things behind the sprite, but it's not always the case, so it's a little weird. Alright, do that, and then this, and this, and we need water, so we'll just up here for that. Will I be crafting something from the trees? You mean the tree modules themselves? I don't think so. No. Just when eventually you get to Mark II tree seeds, you need a bunch, but not until then. The trees purely exist to be modules for now. So I don't need to craft them super commonly. And we need, what is that, 10 to get this going? So we're still getting things rolling here. Let's get moss unloaded and loaded into here. Is that fast enough? Yeah, these make 0.32, so that's fast enough. So moss is automated. Let me go grab some more planter boxes. Sweet. Get trees going. I'm gonna check that off the list because we're basically there. There's 58 planter boxes. Should be enough for now. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, a tree is only one planter box. That should work. And then I need some of the tree seedlings. I'm actually gonna steal those two. Actually need to go to make logs. And then ash. Okay, so wait. The seedlings are going to be on the right side here. So on the left side, we need ash unloading. I don't know the rate we're going to actually end up needing. Probably about 2 of these. And there we go. Power, I guess, is important. So I like it to be consistent where I can. So we'll do 1 beneath the inserter. And then, of course, that doesn't connect. So we're going to need 2 more. 1 beneath the inserter. 1. We'll put them in front of the little gaps in the fence. Nope, that doesn't connect. And there, 1 there. Alright, we're doing it. We're making logs. Nice. Oh, it feels so good. Alright, I don't remember how fast these go. I guess we could... Oh, that's a new sound, too, the actual tree chopping sound. And the birds. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so that guy makes about 0.1 a second, so... and it's only going to get faster, so it'll make about 1.3 a second, maybe. Or 0.13, 0.14, maybe, the rest of the modules. Well, I could just double this speed, roughly. Okay, so 0.16-ish. But then you multiply that by 5, so it's about 0.8 wood per second per forestry-ish. We'll get the exact numbers here in a minute. There we go, created the first log. Okay, so it's 0.15, which means 0.75 logs a second. And I'll need some more wood processing units. Where are you guys at? This one. We're out of iron. And we're out of stone. Oh boy. Am I out of small parts? No, not out of small parts. Not out of pipes. Air conductors. Okay, so just iron. Copper's okay. And stone. Where do I keep stone? I do not remember. Stone patch is over here. Am I keeping stone somewhere? I just realized I don't think I'm keeping stone anywhere. Sorting it. But I don't think I have a couple chestfuls of stone, which I probably should. We'll do that. I already have a couple chestfuls of stone sitting around. That much I know. Sweet. Okay, and then we'll have to belt the wood over to our science production at some point and all that, and then get a, wood processing unit set up to chop all the logs into wood. They go pretty fast. Yeah, 1 log per second, so I'm only gonna need 1 of these. I don't think logs do anything else either. Small electric poles for now. Other than that, not really. Whatever that is. Crud pyrolysis. Pyrolyze the biocrud into useful hydrocarbon chains. Biocrud and red hot coke? Makes carbon black. That's rubber. Huh. Interesting. Get that in green science? Huh. Okay. Carbon black is pretty... Am I remembering that right? Is carbon black not rubber? No, no, it totally is. Totally is. Oh, no, latex is the harder one. Carbon black was never the hard one. Am I remembering that wrong? Yeah, carbon black is the anthracene oil. It's the latex that's the really annoying one to get for rubber. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, wood belt. Come over here, I guess. And then go up. I'm leaving lots of space. It's just... Oh, it feels so good to have things, like, mostly empty. I promise it will pay off eventually. Or maybe it won't. And I just wasted some belts and walking time. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. I will get one stack of logs kind of just stolen off of that. Yeah, there we go. And what do trees stack to? 50? Yeah, that's about right. This is actually making... Oh, I'm not making tree seeds. Okay, hold on. So what we need to do is steal wood off of that to make tree seeds to then go into there. That should all work fine because wood turns into tree seeds. Okay. And I'll get it started with that. So now we're good on tree seeds. And then... What's not automated? The planter boxes are not automated. Moss is... I definitely should connect, if we can, the coal gas, because it's just free coal gas right here. Free real estate. Perfect. Okay, and it'll still overflow at 90 anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, tree seeds are automated. Logs need tree seeds, but tree seeds are all being turned into trees. But as soon as I have 16, it should throw some tree seeds onto this belt. Ah, it's on the wrong side. Because I literally knew it would be on that side, and I still screwed it up. Okay, cool. Got it. Alright, grab this one. Wait, tree seeds spoil? What is going on? Why did I not see that? Oh, they decay in 1 hour into tree seeds? They only live for an hour? Oh no! We love our Zen garden. Okay, so what that means... what does that mean? That just means we're gonna have a lot of wasted... a lot of wasted stuff. What it might mean... Do they start... They do start smoking. So we only want to run the tree seedling maker. What's the rate on that, by the way? Oh. So I can only run 2 forestries on 1 tree seedling maker. And it's an exact ratio. 0.075, 0.15. I mean, if we click on it, it should show. Yeah. These numbers are a little confusing, but basically plus 0.05 or 0.5 means that we have half more than we need of tree seedling makers. So what that means is I should just be able to let it run constantly. No, because that's not accounting for the tree seedlings to make trees. No, but that's okay. We don't need to do that most of the time. Okay, that's actually fine. Okay, so the trees go in here. And that means if it's running constantly, we should be okay. Oh yeah, you're right. I can add with shift. I always forget that that's a thing. Thank you for reminding me. You can also subtract, I think, with like control. No. Control shift. Alt. Okay, maybe you can't subtract. Or maybe you can subtract if it's already on there. No. Right click. That's what it is. Shift right click to subtract. You go into the negatives? No. Anyway, so if that runs constantly to perfectly match these, we should just be happy and I don't need to worry about it. Right? So. I'm gonna put 2 just for now. Later, like, ideally we would have a splitter with a priority going, you know, to the side type thing, but... So the only way these would decay is if I run out of ash or I get stopped up on logs. Those are the ways that it would decay. And then I would basically just need to recycle tree seeds on the end here and send them back up here as priority input, which they will be with the way that I just set it up. So that works. It's ugly. I really actually don't like where I put that belt, but it does work. So, technically that means we're not going to have to worry about the tree seed spoilage. Though if that whole belt is full of tree seedlings, and then they all spoil, and we only need 1 tree seed to make 3 tree seedlings, then we're going to have too many. This belt will fill up to the same length that this belt was full, but then it'll only empty out 1/3 of the way. But then if these keep running for a little bit, it'll keep using up the tree seeds that were from the spoiled seedlings and not ones that are from wood. So that should be okay. Output for the bottom tree grower. Yeah, we need that. So that should be fine. Attention. Oh god, you're right. Oh, I keep forgetting. Gleba flashbacks. Oh man. Yeah, they can spoil anywhere that tree seedlings show up. They can spoil. They can spoil inside of this building. They can spoil inside of this building. They can spoil everywhere. Oh, they're gonna spoil on this belt. Well, we're gonna deal with that later. Probably the right way to do it is to only have these run when they're needed. I think that's actually not that hard to do. Combinators might be necessary. That, like, we could have a different one for each usage. Like, I could have a tree seedling maker for this guy, and it would only run if we need trees. Like, specifically, yeah, 3 at a time. These make 3 at a time, so that's fine. And then we could have the ones that make the logs only make tree seedlings if we have enough ash and we don't have too many logs, and then we're confirmed that we will need them. I would need a combinator for that. Those are not close. Wait, what the heck? Oh, yeah, definitely not close. Oh, God. They're really not close. We need batteries for combinators. We are a long way away from combinators. Okay, so then I could just do the simple condition of they only run if we have room for logs, and I'll just presume I have enough ash. I could put an alarm on ash. When do I get speakers? Ah, same time. They don't need batteries, though, but same time. Combinators are later than I remember them being. That's pretty rough. Well, we are an hour and 25 minutes into this episode, and we've made trees, so I think it's a perfect place to stop. But, yeah, the spoilage... Do I regret the spoilage decision? No, but it certainly is going to, have an impact on our playthrough. Certainly. I'm excited about it, though. It's okay. But yeah, sweet. Well, for those of you watching from the future YouTube recording, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, see you in the next episode. All right. Let's get some more names. Yeah, this spoilage thing is going to be a mess. I do think good usage of circuitry and combinators is going to mostly be how I solve it. The problem is we don't have combinators for a while, so at least for now, we'll probably solve it more with simple conditions that maybe are only halfway foolproof, and maybe just, you know, live that way until we have batteries. Which is probably another 20 or 30 hours, to be honest. I don't remember when we got batteries on the last one, but... Hey, see you later, Simon. No, batteries are further than that. They're after intermetallics, and we didn't get intermetallics until 35 hours, and I was going faster in that playthrough than in this one. So, oh, we're gonna be a long time away from combinators. Okay, that's fine. It's funny, combinators, I'm missing them more because I know how awesome the new decider combinators are. The new decider combinators are amazing. Alright, and then moss, we need to collect some... stacks to 50, so do 150 for now. Alright, I actually have to run as well. So we are going to call that it for today's stream, but it's been fun. We got trees going. We've got advanced fluid handling still ahead of us, which will be nice. I believe it only requires iron. I should double check that. Does it require steel now? Pipes, all the joints are... we do need some small parts, okay. Copper and iron. Yeah, those will be nice to have. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you in the next stream, which I'm not exactly sure when that will be. It's possible it's tomorrow. I'm not totally sure, though. See you later, Lodro. Thanks for hanging out, as always. Wow, Nephrum's right now. I'm not going to raid, but Nephrum's is doing a speedrun for Space Age, trying to get under 10 hours, which is nuts. So, if you guys want something else to watch, go watch Nephrum's speedrunning. And I'll see you all next time.